Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns had another tough WrestleMania outing this year as he lost his triple threat match against Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Paul Heyman shocked the world by turning his back on the best in the world and the undisputed tribal chief, joining forces with Rollins, who emerged victorious. In the latest episode of Raw, Rollins and Heyman came out to address the events from the show of shows. However, before the former world champion could say anything, CM Punk rushed to the ring and attacked Rollins. After beating Seth, the Second City Saint turned his attention to Paul Heyman, but the Visionary had the last laugh as he knocked out Punk with his signature stomp. The segment didn't end there, as Roman Reigns entered the scene and took Rollins out with a spear, and then connected with a Superman punch on Paul Heyman. Reigns then got in position to spear his former Wiseman. However, a man wearing a hoodie emerged from nowhere and speared the OTC. The mystery man was Braun Breaker, who revealed himself as the newest Paul Heyman guy. The show went off the air with Breaker, Seth, and Heyman standing tall, laying the seeds for a potential tag team match against Punk and Reigns. However, the Triple H-led creative team may have subtly indicated that the OTC will walk away from WWE for some time. The Stamford-based promotion recently released the first poster for the 2025 Money in the Bank PLE, featuring multiple big names. However, Reigns is missing from the poster. The OTC is also not advertised for the Backlash Premium Live event. This is a strong hint that the undisputed tribal chief may go on hiatus for a while, probably until June, and return ahead of SummerSlam. In the meantime, Rollins and Punk may continue their feud, as they are advertised for MITB. While speaking on the Pat McAfee show, The Rock lauded his cousin Roman Reigns for the OTC's physique. The final boss stated that people doubting and calling Reigns a part-timer fueled the fire inside the 39-year-old. The Brahma Bull also noted that Roman was still carrying the company on his back. Nyan is a WWE news and features writer at Sportskeeda Wrestling. After completing his bachelor's degree in mass communication from Potter International, he began working as a YouTube script writer. Nyan then transitioned to Pink Villa as a combat sports writer. He gained valuable experience there before finally coming under the banner of Sportskeeda. Within 1.5 years, Nyan has written over 1,000 articles, interviewed MFN promotion owners, and conducted a Twitter campaign that gained over 50,000 retweets and more. He puts fact-checking and mindful journalism above everything by applying a 3-check method, where he tries to verify reports from reliable sources and cross-check whether other major publications have covered them. Looking back at his association with pro wrestling, Nyan recalls being hooked on the sport after watching Shawn Michaels vs. The Undertaker at WrestleMania 24. Since then, the product has been an inseparable part of his life. Apart from the Heartbreak Kid being Nyan's favorite wrestler for his confidence and charisma, he is also a fan of Brock Lesnar due to the Beast's work speaks louder than words attitude. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, stories are told not just through promos and matches, but also in the silences between words, the nuances of a look, or the way a statement is carefully or deliberately worded. And when it comes to subtlety, no one does it quite like Paul Triple H Levesque, the cerebral assassin in the ring, and now the master of the chessboard backstage. Triple H may have just made a quiet move with seismic implications for the WWE Universe. He might have confirmed that Roman Reigns is preparing to take a break. It wasn't a press release. There was no dramatic announcement or somber farewell. But there were clues. Whispered beneath the roar of WrestleMania headlines and hidden in plain sight during post-event interviews was an undertone, an implication, that something big was about to shift. In the world of WWE, absence often speaks louder than presence. Roman Reigns has been the undisputed face of the company for years, a constant force draped in gold, often cloaked in black, and always surrounded by an aura of dominance. Since aligning with Paul Heyman and launching the Tribal Chief persona in 2020, Reigns has carried the company through pandemics, venue changes, and shifting eras. Yet at the post-WrestleMania press conference this year, there was something different. Roman wasn't there. He didn't gloat over another victory. He didn't cut a promo. In his place, Triple H took center stage, not just as an executive, but as a storyteller holding the next chapter in his hands. When asked about Roman Reigns during that media scrum, Triple H's response was respectful but curious. "Roman has carried a tremendous weight for a very long time," he said. "He's done things few could have imagined. Sometimes, even tribal chiefs need to rest." He didn't say vacation. He didn't say injury. He didn't even use the word hiatus. But to the trained ear, that statement rang with quiet finality. Not an ending, just a pause. A beat between verses in an epic saga. More than the words themselves, it was how Triple H said them. Measured, intentional, and with the kind of care a mentor uses when protecting the legacy of a star. He didn't deny the rumors. He didn't redirect the question. He let it hang there, allowing imagination to run wild. WWE fans have long been masters of decoding the unsaid. They know that every tweet, every backstage segment, every absence can be a breadcrumb. Roman's recent schedule has already raised eyebrows, appearing less frequently, sometimes skipping premium live events, and allowing others like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Gunther to rise in spotlight. Triple H has been gradually restructuring WWE's narrative architecture, with a clear intent to move toward a more ensemble-driven roster. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, the timing feels right for Reigns to step away, temporarily, at least, and for others to carry the load. That said, Roman Reigns isn't just another superstar. His exit, no matter how brief, can't be abrupt or unnoticed. It must be written into the story with grace and gravity. Triple H understands this better than anyone. Roman's story has never been about chasing titles. It's been about legacy, bloodlines, and identity. As the head of the table, he's redefined what it means to be a top-tier WWE superstar, merging character work, in-ring psychology, and cinematic storytelling. But even in mythology, heroes retreat. Think of it as the exile moment. In every hero's journey, there's a stage where the protagonist withdraws, whether to reflect, rebuild, or face a deeper internal conflict. Roman's break, if it's coming, may serve that purpose. It may not just be time off. It could be the prologue to a reinvention, or the calm before the storm of his final act. Triple H, in his new era of creative leadership, is a man of long-term booking and poetic symmetry. If Roman is indeed stepping away, it's almost certainly with a purpose. Perhaps to return at the Royal Rumble, or at next year's WrestleMania, or to confront a new generation that dares to call themselves the top guy. Meanwhile, WWE has been quietly elevating others. Cody's story is not over. Gunther's dominant reign is still intact. Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes are knocking on the main event door. Seth Rollins remains a workhorse. This is the time when new dynasties can rise, because the absence of the king invites chaos, and in chaos, new rulers emerge. This isn't the first time Triple H has used subtlety to steer the ship. During the Attitude Era, he was known for slow burns and layered storytelling. Today, he channels that same instinct backstage, planting seeds months before they bloom. Whether it's the reintroduction of long-lost titles, the return of NXT darlings, or the careful crafting of emotional story arcs, Triple H has proven that he prefers the quiet game, the kind that doesn't scream, but simmers. And this quiet acknowledgement of Roman's potential break, it feels exactly like that. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.